Hey viewers, welcome to VL Astrology. Once again, Vanita Lenka here. So today I thought that I will just go randomly, just live and so I thought that I'll talk about the eclipses. I was just going through the Surya Siddhanta, and then I thought that, it is very important to check the condition of the grahas, who are forming a connection, or there is there is something to do with Rahu and Ketu in your natal chart also. So that's why this quick short video. And if you have any queries, you can check with me. So you have to also understand that this eclipse is going to be, the upcoming eclipse which is happening is going to be in the Leo and Aquarius axis. Moon will be in Aquarius with the Rahu, and Ketu has Sun along with it. Also, when they are in the orb of 9 to 13 degrees, I'll be reading today from Surya Siddhanta, everything. So when they are in the degrees between 9 to 13, so the eclipse happen. Why not every month when they are, forming a connection? Moon is with Rahu. Why there is no eclipse at that time? Sun and Moon have to have a compatibility with Rahu and Ketu in such a manner. 9 to 13 degrees, there are chances of an eclipse. Okay, that is why when they are going to be in the together in the Virgo sign, the next eclipse on the 21st is going to be taking place. Okay, so that is one thing. And also remember that eclipse lasts for several years. Several years, remember, if it falls in a fixed sign. Okay, so if it is in Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and you know what is happening this year, so they are going to be in these signs. So the effect is going to be lasting. If they are in Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, that is the eclipse falls in the mutable signs, that is the dual signs, then it affects, for start earlier and maybe beforehand, and then they last for longer period. But fixed is only after the eclipse takes place, then it has the lasting impact. And if it is in the cardinal signs, that is 1, 4, 7, 10, okay, so it is going to be, that is a movable sign. So it is going to be very short term. So this is one of the major important rules that I wanted to tell you. And this impact of Rahu Ketu in the fixed sign is going to be for some time, it's going to be here. And as regards to India chart, it is also Taurus rising. So fixed sign eclipse is going to be giving some important and lasting impact. Okay. Now, the eclipse affect entire society, always. Remember, even if it is not visible. In Brihat Samhita, Varaha Mihira has given the results on the countries also. We are here to concern more on the natal charts, and hence we'll discuss how it is going to be. So I'm going to be sharing with you that how you have to check your eclipse. Now, this eclipse which is happening is going to be in Purva Bhadrapada, that is Jupiter's nakshatra. So the 19th asterism from the birth asterism, if the eclipse is happening, so you have to count from the birth chart, birth asterism. So from the birth asterism, if the eclipse falls in the 19th one, so this is going to be a little difficult one. Okay, so count from Purva Bhadra. If you want, I can do it for you. So from Purva Bhadra, if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So Vishakha. So if you have any grahas in Vishakha Nakshatra, so if the eclipse falls in the 19th asterism from, or you count from your birth nakshatra, if this is the 19th, so it is Punarvasu. So you have to count from both. I will be taking Punarvasu, Vishakha, and Purvabhadra, 3 of them. If there is any planet in these 3, that is Jupiter's nakshatra, especially the 19th nakshatra from both the ways, then it is going to be even more. The impact is even more. It depends. If you have positive or benefic grahas, then the impact is not that grave. But it will cause some negative impact for sure. So you have to be really very careful in what areas. You have to see where your Punarvasu is. Okay, suppose it is in your first house, so health. If it is second house, finance. Third house, communication, travels. Fourth house, home environment, mother, like that. Fifth house, children. Sixth house, your loans, litigation, etc. Seventh house, partnership, relationship. Eighth house, it will impact your wealth, hidden wealth. And then 9th house, your travels, your learning, your higher learning, education, father. 10th house, profession. 11th house, friends, community you move around in, fulfillment of desire will get impacted. 12th house, your losses. So they will get impacted. So it's minus, minus, plus. So it will give little better results there. But still, sleepless nights, bad dreams, all that will get impacted when it is going to be in the sign of, if it is in falling in the 19th asterism. Okay. The effects of solar eclipse last for many years as the duration of the eclipse lasts in hours. Suppose it lasts for 1 hour, so effect would be around 1 year. Depends. So if it is for a few minutes, so as per that, it will be those many months. Okay. If it's 12 minutes, 15 minutes, so it will impact till, for 15 months or 1.5 years, or maybe, if it is for just, if it is 1 hour, so it says 1 year, so you can just reduce the, duration as per that. So if it's 15 years, so 15 minutes, so it's just a quarter of the year. Okay. So the effects of lunar eclipse can be felt as months after the duration of the eclipse is in terms of hours. Okay. Affairs that are house of the natal chart where the eclipse has occurred will be disturbed. So where the eclipse is happening, that is what is more important. I'll be taking quickly the houses also. So please make a note. And the most dangerous effects will be felt when the eclipse falls in the sun, moon, or ascendant. So if you have eclipse where your sun is positioned, suppose you're a Leo rising and sun is in the first house, or you have a Virgo rising and you have a sun in the first house, and your eclipses and moon is in the Leo sign in your 12th house, so you have to you will feel the impact even more. If it is in the first house, ascendant, so even worse. Okay. An eclipse falling in the natal weakens the effects that planet signified in the radical map. So whenever there is a planet in the eclipse zone, that will get impacted. If there is a benefic graha, then it will reduce the impact of benefic graha, or if it is a malefic graha, it will enhance the maleficence of that graha. Okay, it is going to be the eclipse opposition or to the natal planet enhances the power of the planet. So if it is right opposite, so it will definitely going to be, it is like too much, I hope the voice is clear. What do you mean by the thriller film? I couldn't get it. Is it not clear? Is the volume less or something? Can you just confirm, please? This is a live session and I don't want to waste more time because I have a few readings after this. I hope that somebody please tell me if the sound is clear. Sound, please first. Sound, please first. Don't spam. Please don't spam. I will not read the chat then. Forget it. It's clear. Okay. So, so what is happening here when it is going to be impacting the sign where the eclipse is happening? There's a graha there. So definitely it is going to be a very important planet. Suppose Venus is there, so it will impact your worldly pleasures, that you are dealing with or you're involved in. Okay. So transit of the planets over eclipse point will have the maximum effects regarding the significations of this transiting planet. So the planet in the transit becomes stationary, the effect will be felt the most. Suppose it is Mercury. Okay. So Mercury means intellectual, discriminating and mental faculties, business and aunts, your aunts especially. Uncles also, we can say, but aunts, your daughter. Venus, domestic and social affairs, sisters. Mars, brothers, son, father, moon, mother. So these will get impacted if the eclipse is happening over these signs, these planets, sorry. Okay. And uncles, when it's Jupiter, Saturn sometimes indicate father, and Venus, mother, according to the time of birth, in day or night. So that depends on the day or night position of if the lunar eclipse falls in the sun sign, if the disk is unaspected by Jupiter, the native shall suffer. It's written in the Surya Siddhanta. I'm reading it today because I don't memorize all these things. If though it's there on the back of the mind, when it is required, it comes to surface. But when I'm making the video, I need to read from somewhere, when it is specific. So if the solar eclipse falls on the sun in the Vedic, so father's side will suffer. If it's on the moon, then the mother's side will suffer. Okay. So paternal and maternal, that's what. Okay. Eclipse on the first house. So please start doing the timestamps now. So I'm starting with the house-wise predictions. So please make a note. If the eclipse is on the first house, makes one prone to accidents of various sorts. Now, this is as per the classic text. Okay. So don't take it that, it is going to happen, depends on your personal chart. Please, this is a disclaimer. Don't take it personally unless you know your positions of the planets well. Okay. Now, I'll take up the questions towards the end for sure. The eclipse is, maybe you will get the answers yourself here. The eclipse in the first house makes one prone to accidents of various sorts in quick succession, though not very serious, yet more than enough for causing crippledness, anxieties, and worries. So depends. How well is your natal planet there? If the ascendant is fiery sign, then the eclipse in the first house makes one a disturbed person. So this is a fiery sign. If you ask me, it is the fiery sign of Leo. So this is going to make the person quite a disturbed one, and they can be some short-tempered. You can feel less courageous, and but this person is going to be learning a lot during this time, and maybe he will learn to speak. Okay. And maybe, there is a complication in the relationship, and it is going to be giving you some kind of anxiety. Okay. Now, if the eclipse is happening in your second house, under favorable aspects, the eclipse in the second house favors the individual in the enhancement of the acquisitions or his bank balance and additional sources of income. So it is considered to be good, if there is a good planet there. Okay. And the remedies I've given in the other video, weeklies also I've given. Please refer to the weeklies description box. I've given all the remedies there as well. I'll give more, don't worry. The best remedy is keep some rice by your bedside and donate in the morning. That's the best remedy to do. Or make a kheer, rice pudding, and donate in the morning. Keep it by your bedside and donate. Okay. So under the favorable aspects, it gives acquisitions, good enhancement in your finances, bank balance increases, additional sources of income. There are chances of additional sources of income also. Adverse aspects may just bring about some financial losses, failures in ventures. So depends how your condition is. And if it's happening in the fiery sign, of course, it is going to be giving you some progress through efforts, or maybe very easily you will get the results. Okay. Solar eclipse in the second house means that the person does have ancestral property, but due to failures in ventures, that goes off, and the native becomes almost a pauper. Okay. So eclipse in the third house under favorable, now you have to do the timestamps quickly. Under the favorable aspects, there are all around happiness. In the third house, it's considered to be good, actually, not that bad. The relatives are helpful, and and there are some kind of communications which will be bringing about some good news to you. So overall, a good, I would say it is a good transit. Good, not that bad. But the thing is, if you have a negative graha there, if you have a malefic graha, maleficence attached to this, so definitely it is going to be bringing about some issues in the or sorrows in the relationship, or there can be some irritability also during this time period. The close relations can become a source of worry, or maybe your siblings can bring some trouble to you also. See, this is very generic, what I'm saying. I'm reading from the classic text. So it's better that you just see that the significations of a particular zone definitely will suffer, or you will get good results or bad results depending on your personal chart also. Okay. So if there are, male natives especially, so it will bring about calmness in them. Actually, there's a difference between the female and the male native also. So see, in the third house, it is said that it is the 9th from the 7th. So it can bring about, some health issues to the partner also. So take care. Okay. And eclipse in the 4th house. So 4th house means that it is going to be giving you some auspiciousness, some all around joy, happiness, peace. Family members and parents are often the sources of joy and happiness. Under unfavorable aspects, the effects are just the opposite. Domestic life is adversely affected. Okay. There is all around discord, worries, and misery. The parents and the other close relatives become burden and a source of anxiety. That depends on the chart, how it is. See, in lunar eclipse and solar eclipse is definitely going to be different, because sun and moon will be together in the solar eclipse and sun moon will be right opposite each other in the lunar eclipse. So this can bring about some complication in relationship because of the family members. Mother's health can suffer also. You can lose your property, immovable property also during this time period. So that is something you have to see in your personal chart also. Okay. And loss of name and fame, because it's going to be impacting your 10th house as well. Okay. So we have to see all of that. And it's not essential that you will get some promotion that you were waiting for. So it's better that you take care of your jobs that you're doing, just be more dedicated, and the progress and earnings might suffer, but it gives you, some kind of trust that you can build with your bosses and seniors. Okay. So then we've seen that solar eclipse in the 10th house can also bring in some kind of falsehood, or maybe, no values. If, the person might leave the value system. Okay. So just be careful about that. In the 5th house, if the eclipse is in the 5th house. So the good or the bad results of the 5th house depends on the favorable or unfavorable aspects to the house. Under favorable aspects, the native gets pleasant family circumstances and society. The children are affectionate and loving. Some sort of recognition, elevation to children will bestow, and joy and pleasure comes your way. Under the unfavorable one, children become a cause of anxiety. Family may drag on him. Disappointments in emotional life, in your love relationship. You might just bring about losses. This might bring about losses in your investments also. So it depends. If you have a Jupiter here also, then it is going to minimize the impact. Or if we have Venus also, so it will bring about some calming impact to this. Okay. So don't think that it is bad only. And maybe, you're going to be starting some startup or profitable enterprises also during this time on account of learning. Maybe, it is going to be bringing about some mantra tantra siddhi also, but it can bring about some arrogance amongst the friends. So you might just not be having good relationship with your friends also. And rumor mongering, loose character, as we say, can also come up. Stomach ailments. So take care. Eclipse in the 6th house. Okay. So 6th house means it's enemies, general health, service, and employment, as we all know. So this will give you good body, healthy body, and, winning the enemies and all depends on your personal chart. If you have good planets there, it is definitely going to get better. If suppose Jupiter is looking from the, from the 12th house, so, or maybe from the 2nd house, Jupiter is aspecting, so it becomes better, no? So definitely it is going to help you. A service or employment continues without any obstacle, and there can be promotion, pension, whatever you're waiting for, your status is going to improve. But if it is not aspected by or is not conjunct any good graha, so it can bring about health issues, it can bring about recurrent diseases, it can also bring about some issues in your maybe overcritical nature of yours, or you can fall under any kind of controversy also. So scandal, controversy, all that can happen, either or. Okay. I will not be taking up the questions based on the date of birth. Please just stick to the subject. If you have any question regarding the subject, I will definitely reply. People start criticizing you or the person, maybe the other person you will start criticizing, and you can be little quarrelsome also, and you may create enemies also. And solar eclipse, if is there, it is like, you can gain through the superiors, through your maybe your own subordinates, your own people in and around you, or the helpers. Okay. So that is also quite likely. And but you have to take care of any which ways your health. I would suggest, if you can just, take care from now itself, it is definitely going to be good. Okay. It's not good for your maternal aunts and uncles if it's in the 6th house. Okay. And I think 3, 6, 10, 11 any which ways is not bad. And if it falls in 279, it is harmful, actually, if the eclipse is here. Now, eclipse in the 7th house. If the eclipse is going to be in your 7th house, check yourself, it is in the 7th house or not. So then it can bring about, it stands for the life partner, business partner, co-professionals. So it is definitely going to be good if there is a good aspect, as I said. So harmony in mutual relationship is visible. Under favorable aspects, there are many mutual understandings, misunderstandings, depends or discords, depends on your personal chart. And of course, the business partner or co-professionals may be insincere if there is a bad aspect on this particular zone. Okay, depends on your personal chart, of course. Lunar eclipse can bring about emotional turmoil between the relationship. There can be some misunderstandings, maybe some disapprovement of certain aspects of life. Professionally, it can definitely be bringing about some, issues as well. Okay. Depends on so there's no stability in service when it's a 7th house eclipse. It's in the Kendra after all. Okay. Misfortunes and miseries become a part of life when it is it depends on how lasting is the eclipse. If it's for 1 hour, it is going to be for 1 year. And Akrant Nakshatra, I've already told you, it's Purvabhadra, so you should not pick and choose for the auspicious tasks. Okay. Solar eclipse in the 7th house under favorable circumstances or favorable aspects brings about nothing of importance in life. Marital relationships may just become, not in life, I mean, during this time period, it might just not be that drastic. It is, if there is under favorable aspects, so it's going to neutralize the impact, actually. Okay. So in the 8th house, if it is in the 8th house, so it is about your longevity, legacy, hidden side of life. So 8th house generally, is non-physical manner. It is occult sciences, or maybe something which is hidden. So it can give you, if there is a good influence, so it can give you recognition, good name, fame. Unfavorable combinations can bring about some name, fame, as in, like, you are waiting for a promotion, everything is in your favor. But if it is in the 8th house and there is no benefic influence on that, so it can bring about some complications. It can bring about health issues, chronic pains. Also, it can bring about some obstruction and hurdles in whatever endeavors you're just getting into. You whatever you're doing, you feel that, oh, it's getting too late, or it's the timing is not fitting. Whatever you're doing, it's not working. Okay, that can happen only when we have the non-benefic grahas there. In marriage, loss of money, illness, asthma, TB, all these things, we see from here. So lung issues, take care of your lung diseases also. It can increase your anxieties and worries. Unnecessary obstacles happen. If it is in the 9th house, now you see 9th house also stands for the meritorious deeds, okay, in the previous life that we have done. 5th house, 9th house, it's 5th from 5th. So definitely it is going to be covering your religious outlook, how your father is, how your long journeys are, how your pilgrimage, your luck house. So when it is going to be, under the influence of the unfavorable grahas, then it can influence this house and disbalance the period that it is going to be in. So anything that you're going for, suppose a travel, or you're going in for some pilgrimage, so it might just delay or hamper, or there can be some issues in your higher studies if you're going to travel for higher learning. So this can give you some kind of non-physical, I would say, issues. But generally, you will be able to foresee the results. This is what this eclipse is about. And it can also bring about some kind of spiritualism in you. The spiritual growth is visible. And also one gets ancestral property. If at all it's favorable, it can give you a childbirth. It can give you some kind of, also it is I'm not bringing in my whatever I have learned. It can give you good name also, and you can maybe change the job during this time period, and without any external help you will rise if the eclipse is in your 9th house. Because when the eclipse is in your 9th house and you have a graha there, definitely it is positive if it is Jupiter or Venus especially. But don't boast or don't brag yourself. Okay, so that is something you have to careful. Your children will be bringing luck, and they will be helpful during this time period, and good for vocation, education. So that way it is good. And if you have any good grahas there as well, education wise and recognition wise. So this is what is going to be. Co-bonds also will do well. 10th house, eclipse in the 10th house. Now, this is the karma sthana, as we all know. So what to do with that? It is going to be, suppose this shows how the person exposes himself to the outside world and the recognition, depreciation, also whatever he receives from the outside world. Okay. So this house is going to be giving you occupation, profession, livelihood, temporal honors, etc. Now, lunar eclipse under favorable aspects can give you, under a favorable aspect, indicates that the person is going to get some recognition and all, during this time. Some financial benefits also are visible. Quite a good position actually for the social welfare. Also, if you do something very selflessly, then this eclipse is going to be favorable for you. That's also a remedy I'm giving you. So don't waste your time in gossiping, fear-mongering, or just speaking against someone. So this is a very generic video that I'm making, about eclipses. Okay. But this eclipse, if we talk about, if it's happening in your 10th house, so it is definitely going to be bringing about some extremely selfless work that you're going to be involved in, because Ketu is there. Okay. And maybe, if you are having no benefic influence on this particular zone, so it can bring about some issues in your not only your work, but it can bring about problems in your ancestral property also. It can, because Rahu is in your 4th house, and you can become very quarrelsome during this time period, especially with your bosses or colleagues or your subordinates. Okay, so avoid. If solar eclipse is happening in the 10th house, so it is little auspicious, I would say, because you're going to be putting a lot of effort and you will get the results. And it's said that your one of your parents also passes away. See, again, this is very, very generic that I'm sharing with you. So depends. Unexpectedly, one parent passes on. It's actually, eclipses are going to impact your parents if they are in that category, in that age group. Sorry to say about that. I don't want to say it, but it is just in the classic text is mentioned. So I'm just reading that, as well as bringing about my own experiences also. I have lost my mother also, and that too in and around eclipses time. And it was really, unacceptable. I still have not. It's very difficult to move on, to leave your parents and let your parents go. So also some senior officer, can change, maybe there is a job change or there is some change which can happen at the workplace also. Suddenly, you will see that, your bosses or your department or something, is also changing. Maybe there's a lot of workload that you have to, do different spheres of your maybe departments, you have to take care of, not just one. So this is what, and this also, gives you maybe either you get benefits from the parents or through the parents, ancestral property, some loss of parent, and you get some property, or either or, this can also happen. And you can also adopt a child during this time period. Okay. It's said so in the classic text. So it is definitely going to be under normal circumstances without any afflictions. This is going to bring about progress and improvement in your 10th house eclipse. Okay. Now, eclipse in the 11th house. If you have it in the 11th house is the house of gains, hopes, friends, elder co-bonds. So it is definitely going to be favorable only when you have good grahas there. So what are it is going to be good for your family, your relationship, your health. It can give money, it can give growth, and in case you have, because it's 6 from 6, so you can have some disease related to ears, eyes, if there is no benefic graha looking at this zone. I'm not going to be taking up the questions related to your date of birth, etc. I'm not. So please remove those comments. If you have anything related to your personal chart, also please write the information. I will try in one line, and it will be easier for me to read. Solar eclipse can be in the 10th. Now we're doing the 11th house, so let me stick to that. In 11th house can bring about sudden profits also. if there's a solar eclipse especially. So it depends if you have any kind of graha which is forming a connection with the 11th house. Okay, good graha if is there. I have not combed my hair, sorry. So in the first half of like this eclipse, in the first half, when it is going to be on the day that eclipse is happening, so you can be a little better, but gradually it brings some kind of anxiety. So depends where the your eclipse is. And it said that in the 11th house it gives troubles to the women even more. Okay, so there are losses in business and humiliation also, and financial problems if it is not aspected by good grahas. And in the 12th house, this is a house of losses, life after death, residual karma of the past which are yet to fructify. So lunar eclipse in this house under good aspects means fame and honors. Okay. See, 12th house also gives good results. Can you see? So there is much traveling for earning a living in an early life, in the early part, and then in the latter, when the eclipse is taking place, maybe if it is for 1 month or 1 year, depends on the duration of the eclipse. So if it is for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months time, so the first half would be good, and then it would not be not that great, or the vice versa. Okay. And also marital relationships between partners become better with this positive influence. And traveling can bring about earnings also. So you are going to be making some money, but there can be some controversies if you are, or scandals if at all you have any malefic grahas in the 12th house. Okay, or aspected by Saturn or Mars, or if it is in the no positive influence. So this can bring about some controversy, scandals, etc. also. And it can bring about some corruption, controversy, unexpected miseries, and separation from your partner, and imprisonment also is seen from this, hospitalization, imprisonment. But if there is a positive influence, so it can bring about respect, honors, fame in the foreign lands also. If it is a solar eclipse, then it brings about fame to the person. You might just be popular in your place of work. Suddenly you will get that popularity after this eclipse. Suppose it is for 1 hour, so the next 1 year is good for you. Okay, if it is under the positive influence of the good planets, as I said, Jupiter, Venus, Mercury. So it will bring about positive influence. Okay. But don't take part in the political or, any kind of social or political agitations. Avoid that. It can be giving you some kind, you have to face the wrath of the rulers, or we can say the politics you should avoid. Okay. And don't trust in everybody and anybody. Okay, that is what is the way to look at this Rahu Ketu eclipses. And as this is going to be forming a connection with Rahu Ketu will be with Sun and Mercury, as when it's about when we talk about the Ketu. So when Ketu is with Sun, so how is it going to be? Let me read that out also to you. Okay, Rahu is going to be with Moon. So this is like, it's going to be giving, see, it stands for mother. So it can bring about some psycho mental attitude, or maybe, you can become a little more careful about your, or obsessed about your family. So that is what Moon and Rahu will be doing. And this also brings about some mental disturbance. You become a little anxious on this day. So just that is why I'm saying just donate something or the other, if possible. Maybe in white colors. Okay. Anything, because it's the mind, feelings, emotions. And when it is connected with Rahu, so it indicates that we are not emotionally reconciled to the destiny outlined by Rahu. So we have to take care of our blood circulation. We have to take care of mental emotions during this time period, professional life, emotional life, all that you have to take care. So it depends which graha, you have with Rahu and Ketu. So here, we have Ketu's conjunction with the, with Sun. When Sun is the, Sun is the Atman. So this is what, happens when Sun and Ketu are together. So this definitely will be bringing about some emotional turmoil again, and your confidence level, you have to work on when it's the conjunction of Ketu and Sun. Okay. See, sun stands for Atman, the cosmic soul, and and your sun is in its own zone when this is happening. So you can, the ultimate reality, the ultimate manifestation takes place during this time period also. So be more spiritually involved and you're good to go. Okay. So these are certain rules that I just read out, and some I, have experienced myself, which I shared with you guys. So I hope it helps, and have a great, this eclipses period that we are heading to. But also remember that eclipses are here for teaching us something, because the sheen of Rahu and Ketu, just suffers. So that is why, it's like a reminder call that we are, when Rahu and Ketu can eclipse sun and moon. So who are we? Who are we? To hamari kya bisat, isn't it? So that is what. Okay, quickly. See, I'm not going to be taking any questions related to the date of birth. Okay. So thank you, Saturn moon. Okay, let me open the charts also. A second. So quickly, I'll just take up the questions. First question is Saturn Ketu moon in the 6th house, Libra, confusion, every work is delayed. Kindly help. Okay. See, if I could help, Rahul Gandhi would have been the prime minister. If any astrologer can help that way, it's your destiny. And of course, faith. If you have faith in yourself, in your divine, so definitely everything will fall in place. But remember, you have Saturn Ketu moon combination in the 6th house in Pisces sign, and Saturn is transiting there. It's a Saturn return for you. So there will be some confusion. Once Saturn turns direct, things will get better. And it's in Kendra to Jupiter. Jupiter needs to be in trine to Saturn and Rahu. Saturn and Jupiter have to be in trine. So 18th October onwards, you will feel better, even better. And then after 28th of November, better and better. The delayed thing will definitely fall in place. Okay. Then, oh my God, is the eclipse in Leo or Virgo? See, you must understand the eclipse is going to be in the Leo sign, which is in the orb when we see in next 20, when it is on the 21st, it is going to be in Virgo. Why? Because it is going to be in that degrees only. So it is not necessary that it's going to be in the same place where they are, where Rahu Ketu are, because when the Rahu Ketu are in the axis, in the orb 9 to 13 degrees from sun and moon, then the eclipses take place. So when we talk about the 21st of September, it is going to be, I'll tell you the degrees also. Second, I think I'll share with you the screen so that you can see and check what am I talking about. One sec. I'll explain it quickly to you guys. Okay. All right. So you see this. Now, on the 21st, when this new moon, okay, in Uttara Falguni Nakshatra. Now, see here, the eclipse is going to be taking place in Uttara Falguni. Okay, so 21st, it's going to be a little later of the day when sun and moon are at the same degrees, no? Then the eclipse will take place. Now, sun and moon have to be around 4 degrees. In Uttara Falguni, it's taking place, that means. Or Purva Falguni. And let me confirm that also. One sec. One second. So I think Purva Falguni. Twenty-first September. Purva Falguni or Uttara Falguni? It's in Uttara Falguni. Will be in Uttara Falguni. Okay, got it. See, if it is in the Uttara Falguni, yeah, it has to be in Uttara Falguni, yes. Because Can you see it has to be at the same degrees as sun? So we have to just go ahead. Now it is going to be, that is why in New Delhi, India time, I always take, so you can make out easily. Now see, this is the exact degrees when it is taking place, okay? Now see, sun and moon have to be somewhere between 9 to 13 degrees orb, okay? 13 degrees orb from Rahu Ketu. This is the new moon, that is solar eclipse, and on the 7th is the lunar eclipse, which is in the Leo sign. So Leo and Virgo both. Okay, your question is answered now, I think. Mirrors. Okay. So this is what, and what's the next question? Clear. Is the eclipse in Leo or Virgo? I've answered. It's in Leo. First one is in Leo and the second one is in Virgo. Ma'am, is it seen from Lagan chart or? See, I see from ascendant, moon and dasha. Main is the dasha. If you are in the dasha of a particular graha, rotate your chart that way. Ma'am, is it true that one should not eat meal or cook during the eclipse timings? See, it is said that you have to have light meals during the eclipse's time. It is going to impact, it is scientifically proven also that it impacts your food. Food becomes poisonous because there is no light. Sun is eclipsed, moon is eclipsed, who are the light givers. So what happens? The food, the digestive system gets impacted. Moon, as it is, denotes food. So when the eclipse happens, they are going to impact our digestive system. So it said that it becomes poisonous. So the ultraviolet rays are such that you must not have much food, or at the time of the eclipse, avoid, so that it should not give you digestive troubles. So avoid having food at the time of eclipse. Just have it before, or have after cleansing everything, and then take bath, shath and all, and then do it. Will I be able to become a judicial? How do I know? I'm not taking all those questions right now. Marriage by when? Okay, I think. See, ma'am, I have Jupiter in Leo in my 6th house. So if you have in 1 second. Okay, so what is there for Pisces natives? Okay, so you see, if you have Jupiter in the 6th house, so this eclipse is not going to impact you. So you'll be very spiritually inclined, and you should take care of your workouts. You should follow a fitness regime. Eclipse is in the 5 hours, 27 minutes, I think. So it doesn't mean that how many years. No, 5 hours, 27 minutes means, see the peak one. You have to see the peak one, if it, the 21st one is not visible anywhere. Most of the parts is not. So you have to see where it is visible the maximum during this time period. So it can't be 5 hours. The whole duration you're saying is 5 hours. We are not talking about that. We're talking about the maximum eclipse. It could be few minutes. It cannot be for hours also. 1 hour is a big thing. It is not going to be for maybe 1 hour. It could be for 50 minutes or 40 minutes, like that. The maximum eclipse time. Please check again. Check again, and then that will be the ratio that we have to calculate. Okay. See, for Scorpio natives, you must understand that there is a lot of energy in your Kendra, because the eclipses are taking place in the Kendra. So it is going to be bringing about some issues in your relationship also, and in at your workplace also. So you have to take care. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. I think we can just wrap it up. It was a quick video. I hope you all got your information. So all the 12 houses I have covered. So this eclipse, both the eclipses, you can just mix and match as per your chart. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Stay blessed. I'm a little unwell, as you all know, so I just wanted to wrap it up quickly. Stay blessed, everyone. Om Tat Sat.